Hey everyone, welcome back to Marty's Maritime. As the title of the video says, I'm going to talk about the ships that can help play a major part in defeating Russia and help end the Ukraine war. So these right here, as you see on the screen, are called liquid natural gas tankers, right? That's what the big LNG is on the side. And these ships are absolutely massive, right? Some of the biggest ones, like the one on the top left of your screen there, it has a capacity of about 740,000 cubic meters of liquid natural gas. Okay, these things, uh, well, they liquefied natural gas, and so that's liquid natural gas, as the title says, is what's being stored. And these ships usually run off of evaporated, boiled off natural gas. So they're pretty efficient tankers to begin with, and they're carrying a lot of fuel. And so if you're anywhere near, um, typically Japan, Korea, or Northern Europe, you're going to see a lot of these sailing around uh, out there, and they're very distinctive. The giant, rotund balls on the end of the LNG there, that you can spot that from uh, 12, 15 miles away, easy. The one on the top left, newer ones, they have the liquid natural gas containers kind of made up a part of the hull there, and those are a little bit harder to identify out at sea. They're gonna look more like your classic like bulker oiler, maybe not an oiler because oilers lie pretty low to the water, but they're gonna look like a bulker container ship from far distances. Um, but nevertheless, it is an LNG, so take that in mind. Don't want to be driving too close to these things. And in the case of a worst case scenario, one of them explodes. But that doesn't really happen. Let's talk about LNGs and how they're going to help defeat the Russian Federation. Okay, so Europe. The title of the article is "Europe's Messy Russian Gas Divorce." Right. So right now, Russian gas makes up about 15% of the gas supply to the EU. Now, I'm not sure if these numbers of the billion cubic meters that they're getting, I'm not sure if these are per month or per year. It looks like it's per year, so that's about $1.5 to $3 billion worth of gas coming from Russia to the EU in a year. Okay, 3 billion might not sound like a lot, but that's shells and missiles and jets that your EU is essentially paying Russia to create, um, based on these LNG numbers. Okay, so that's the EU. Let's look at another one. All right, so Japan. Japan actually is one of the highest importing liquid natural gas countries in the world. Right? And so they took in December last month, December 22. It was 833,000 metric tons of liquid natural gas in December of 22. Right, based on prices, that's about $6.3 billion in 1 month going straight to the Kremlin. Okay, so that's no small change there. Right, Japan doesn't really have a lot of these. Doesn't really have any natural gas um, occurring in their land, so they have to import a lot of it. So, you know, let's see what we can do. Right, they're already taking in these. Japan is pretty close to Russia, so that's why they have the natural trading route there. But let's see how we can increase. We'll see that later. Okay, so the Russians' economic gamble, hidden costs of war-driven growth. Right, a lot of this gambling is coming from a record hydrocarbon export revenue. Right, that's part of the Japan importing, EU importing. Um, if we can diminish the number of hydrocarbon exports that Russia is sending out in the world, they can take a major hit to their economy, right? And the Bank of Russia is currently reporting a 21% interest rate. That's already extremely high. And then on top of that, Russia is borderline, depends on what economists you're reading, but they're borderline stagflation. So that means their economy is kind of on the edge already. So let's see what will push them over, right? and it's going to be American natural gas, right? On January 20th, 2025, the executive order of unleashing American energy was signed. Doesn't matter if you agree or disagree with the president's executive orders here. The goal of the United States is to extend and increase the liquid natural gas being exported to the world, right? So you can see North America's LNG export capacity is on track to more than double by 2028. And in the top left is the Venture Gator, and that's an LNG that's specifically being built, was built in Korea to ship American liquid natural gas around the world. And it's one of, I believe, 9 LNGs that are going to have that capacity just to go back and forth shipping American liquid natural gas. So just eight of those would be able to I don't know what I'm saying. I lost my train of thought there. But the point is that we're building new LNGs. The American LNG capacity is going to double by 2028. America's unleashed American energy. Not sure what that means, but it's got to mean something good for if you're a natural gas developer. And then Russia's coming economic crisis may help Trump end the war in Ukraine. That's all about economic collapse. Leads to basically 2 things: war or peace. And in the case that they're already in war, it means that Russia is not going to be able to sustain this war. They're going to have to go for peace, and that's going to, their economic collapse will be magnified or expedited by the LNG, the liquid natural gas tanker. So obviously, nothing's guaranteed, but I believe strongly that LNGs and American liquid natural gas will play a major role in either lowering the cost of natural gas to the world, thus decreasing the amount of money Russia is able to bring in, or it will just completely wipe out the Russian exports of LNG to countries like Japan or the EU, South Korea. So that's Marty's Maritime. Thank you for watching, and hope you learned something. Thank you.